It was October of 2021, and your boy had this fire KILO47 design that he was going to drop on Halloween. And instead of dropping the shoe, your boy dropped the ball because I didn't make the shoes, and I missed the opportunity for a dope Kilo concept. There, I said it. But ladies and gentlemen, everything comes full circle. And here we are, October of 2022, and I refuse to drop the ball again. This year, we're dropping them shoes. So it's time for some more KILO47. Now here we have the Jordan 1 Chanel, I think it is. I went with this shoe because you don't really get too many Jordans with a light or white sock liner. So I want to dye the sock liner, and it's going to be a lot easier for me to start with this lighter color. And also it's a display piece, but I thought it would be cool just to already start off with the red outsole, because what I really want to do is kind of make it look bloody. Now I went ahead and did the prep work off camera so we can go ahead and get into painting. But before we get into that, I have to sketch out and get the line work ready for the character that I'm gonna put on the shoe today. And the character is Mailani. Now Mailani's a very extroverted person, but she's very nice and she's very kind. A lot of people take her kindness for weakness. She's also a tomboy. She loves sports. She loves baseball, hockey, basketball. She plays a little bit of everything. And her niceness becomes a problem when it comes to her being competitive. So to kind of help her with her lack of I guess toughness when it came to competitive sports, she created an alter ego similar to that of like how Beyonce has Sasha Fierce. And I don't know why I use Beyonce reference, but yeah, Beyonce got Sasha Fierce. Now she wears a Nugent City Goblins basketball jersey, and before I paint the back panel and parts of the shoe with that color scheme, I want to tape her off. So I'm gonna create this stencil because I don't feel like freehand drawing her on the shoe again. So I'm gonna just go ahead airbrushing the black lines, tape it off, and then I'm gonna start painting the colors of her jersey around the shoe. So I went ahead and taped these bad boys off real quick so I can start working on the black and white scene on the inside, the manga scene, comic scene, whatever you want to call it. So I taped the shoes off because it's easier for me to airbrush the white than it is for me to hand paint. Now growing up, I was a huge Ninja Turtles fan, man, and Mikey's my favorite, then Donnie. But my favorite character from the Turtles wasn't actually one of the Turtles. It was the big homie Casey Jones. So that's where the inspiration for the whole brawler and the sports thing came in at, using the bats, using the hockey sticks. And so she can hold her own. She's a very small, petite girl. She's about 16, 17 years old. So I know some people are wondering, well, how does she keep up with these people in Kilo with these Kilo powers? And that's because of her personality, Remy. Now, like I said, she had an alter ego, but once she got her Kilo powers, that alter ego became its own being. Similar to like the Hulk with Bruce Banner, you have Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. But I think a greater example is from the movie Split. Now, I don't want to give away too much because it's a great movie in case you haven't seen it, but the movie Split is about a guy named Kevin Wendell Crumb who has about 23 or 24 personalities, and each of those personalities are kind of like their own human being. It's like his DNA slightly changes, and he has one called the Beast, can climb walls, is strong, is fast, and all of that, and that's what I wanted for Mailani. I want her to have all these attributes without actually physically changing. Now, Remy is like a chaotic killer. He's similar to that of the Joker. But I also wanted him to be kind of young-minded, like not as mature or, you know, have a lot of life experience. So I wanted him to be childlike, similar to that of Hedwig. And if you don't know who Hedwig is also a character, one of the personalities from the movie Split.
My name's Hedwig. I have red socks. He's on the move.
Even though Mailani is a hero, I guess she's a darker hero, if that makes sense. The artwork you see is actually old. I made this last year, and so I want to see how much better I've gotten a year later. And so I want to try to spice up this image on the shoe, make it a little bit darker, add a little bit more detail, and just see how it turns out. So here's the toe box area. I went with the wraps because since she plays sports, she keeps her wrist tape, you know, wrist wrap. And so I put that around the toe box. Now what I did off camera was I added some blood splatter to it because again, I want to have a darker feel. I want to be as if Remy just killed somebody and there's blood splatter on her wrist wraps. So from here I can go ahead and start doing the inside panels. So the scene that I wanted to depict is like kind of her walking down the alleyway, coming home from like a game or something. A guy approaches her and basically Remy comes out and has to give him a 2-piece and a biscuit. So as you see on this shoe, you have the alleyway and she's kind of in the center of the panels. She has a little bat because again, she's walking home, just left for game, and there's like a creepy guy waiting for a young lady to prey on. He says, "Hey little girl," and she just kind of blows him off. For this shoe, it's going to be kind of a lighter color. I don't want it to be as dark. I just want it to be just your normal tones. Even though it's at nighttime, I could have used darker colors, but I kind of want to use that for the other shoe. For this shoe, as you can see, the guy surprised in the upper left-hand corner, and then you just have this really sinister look on Mailani's face because now Remy's coming out, and Remy's one line he always uses for everybody for the most part is "hello friend." That's how he greets everybody. You know, he wants friends, he just doesn't know how to have friends because he ends up killing people. So he greets you with a "hello friend," and people don't know how to react to that, and then they just gotta get scared, and then the next thing you know, he makes you pick the hockey stick or the bat for your demise, man. So like I said, he says "hello friend." I'm gonna go ahead and airbrush that off of camera, and now I'm gonna just clean it up a little bit. I'm also gonna go ahead and do some of the paint splatter and the small details and things like that. Then I'll be back for you know, the finishing touches, baby. Baby, so yeah. Now the tongue tags, these represent the New Gen City Goblin basketball jersey she wears. The Goblin's the mascot. I drew this bad boy up like last year. I actually got some jerseys made as well, just never got around to wearing them. Now the McNasty 05, that represents the player Tron McNasty, and his number's 05. Why I went with Tron McNasty, man, I don't know. I thought the name was dope, so I went with it. Alright? So there's only a couple of things left to do at this point. I have to do the accessories and the swoosh. So for the accessories, I have a baseball. Now, of course, you're probably thinking, oh, well, I know she likes baseball. She's into sports and stuff. But these baseballs are actually part of her kit, man. She throws these. They're high impact. They can destroy things. I was going for the aesthetic similar to Tamari. I think that's how you say it, from Demon Slayer. It's been a while since I saw that episode. So she has these balls that she can throw around and they kind of bounce off of stuff and just basically wreak havoc. So I have this little kit here. It comes with baseball gloves, a baseball bat, and a baseball. I'm only going to use the baseball. I might actually use the baseball bat for like a hang tag accessory. But I'm going to use these balls. I'm going to drill a hole into them. There's really not much I need to do. After that, I'm going to just add some paint splatter and then we should be good to go. So for the swoosh, I'm going to turn it into a hockey stick. Like I said, she has more of that brawler fighting style, similar to Casey Jones, but I think another good example would kind of be like Captain America. He can throw his shield, punch you with the shield, while the shield's bouncing off of stuff. He hits you with a couple punches, catches the shield again, punches you with it, and then throws it at somebody else. I kind of want her to be able to do things like that, so she can throw the balls, they're bouncing around, catch them, throwing it at somebody else, punch somebody, catch the ball, throw it, things like that. So I think the hockey stick, the bat, and the baseballs work well together. So I'm gonna go ahead and knock out the hockey stick. I also gotta paint the sock liner. And from there, we should be able to look at the kicks. That's it for the video, guys. Let me know what you thought of the character and the shoe. Shout out to my Patreon pledgers. You guys are some real ones. And again, if you're on Patreon and you want to learn something specific, man, DM me, hit me up on here, on Patreon, on Instagram, wherever. You can even use Discord. And let me know what it is you guys want to learn. It's hard for me to find ideas because, you know, everybody's at a different level in their journey. So if you have something specific you want to learn, man, just let me know. Till next video, guys, remember everything deserves a little color. Peace.